Now this is a serious question for all the Sony fans. I'm a bit worried. Let's say I'm a bit concerned. For more than 2 weeks, all you have been getting is bad news. Yes, you guys have been getting your legs beaten.
Let him get up, let him get up. Fight back!
And for the most part, I see you guys trying to fight back using the Xbox raise their price in Brazil. You also spoke about the PlayStation 5 selling 9-1 in France and some other small stories, but none of those so-called bad news for Xbox is sticking like this. Spider-Man came and went like a bullet train, missing his daughter's dress rehearsal. It being a 12-hour game. Somehow those bad Xbox news is not hitting like Bungie laying off over 100 staff. Even staff that was promised to get shares would lose those shares because they were laid off. Somehow it's not hitting as hard as these news. What about Super Mario Wonder overtaking Spider-Man in the second week in the UK? And not forgetting that Spider-Man sales dropped more than 69% in the second week. Wow. Why are these negative Xbox news not hitting that hard? I mean, you guys are not answering me. How does that make you guys feel? Let's see if we can dig up some positive PlayStation news today. And we'll also talk about how Digital Foundry did analyze Alan Wake 2 for the Xbox Series console, and they are amazed. Let's get it!
This is a sickness!
Let's get it! So let's start with the smaller story, Alan Wake 2. So Digital Foundry finally got their hands on the Xbox Series X version, and they are amazed at what they are seeing. You see, the Sony fans had the narrative that, the Xbox Series consoles version were not being reviewed, so that means it was delayed or so forth. But yes, Digital Foundry got the game and they reviewed it, and this is their findings.
Frame rates are where the two systems diverge. Series X, for its part, delivers a very smooth rendition of Alan Wake. In performance mode, the X offers close to a locked 60 FPS.
Stop, you all heard that? Locked 60 FPS. Let me repeat it back for the Sony fans. Locked 60 FPS.
With uncommon exceptions. We can drop a frame or two sometimes during traversal, and there are a few moments that cause momentary frame rate drops. But the game feels quite smooth in general play. The consistency of the turnout here is surprising, and speaks to how scalable the game is on the GPU, and to how accommodating Alan Wake 2 can be towards lower-end CPU hardware. Quality mode is even more stable. In my capture, only this moment in the overlap caused any issues at all, and it poses issues for all other console platforms as well, so there's no particular problem on Series X here. Everywhere else the game runs at a locked 30 frames per second, with no deviations that I could see. Again, Alan Wake 2 is delivering great results, despite the highly advanced visual presentation. PS5 doesn't fare quite as well. Certain areas really struggle in the performance mode.
Wait, did he said that PlayStation 5 don't fare as well while running Alan Wake 2? Is it that he's saying that Alan Wake struggles on the PlayStation 5?
Like this forested section, which runs consistently in the 50s. We see occasional dips elsewhere as well, with a bit of an unstable feel in typical play. The frame rate delta against the Series X is surprising, as you can see here, with the PS5 consistently failing to reach its frame time target in some missions.
Come on man, not again. Did he just said Sony consistently is not hitting their frame rate count? Come on Sony, fight back man, fight back! Oh well. No wonder why the Xbox version of Alan Wake 2 scored 95 on Metacritic. So yes, you are getting a better game if you purchase Alan Wake 2 on the Xbox Series X. Now we could understand why it is a Digital Foundry. I'm really discussed as to why it is the Xbox version is better.
As an extra wrinkle, I mean, we'll talk about the mesh shader thing because I do think it is worth discussion, Alex, because, well, fundamentally, we've kind of realised that there is a day of reckoning upon us where older GPUs are not going to be able to effectively run new games, but I'm not sure anybody ever predicted that it would be mesh shaders that would be the defining factor that separates one generation of GPUs from the prior one.
Yes, the day of reckoning is here, and we could clearly see as to why the Series X and S is running so well when it comes to Alan Wake 2, despite Alan Wake being a technological marvel. Now, what Digital Foundry said there is that here what? The old GPUs cannot handle some of the texture, some of the mechanics that is in new games like Alan Wake 2. Hence the reason why Sony is falling behind, because Sony has one of the old GPUs. So it's very clear. Xbox is the superior way to play just AAA banger. But let me hear what you think about it. Do you think that the reason why Sony is going to come out with a PlayStation Pro is because they need to get some of these features on to their console? Let me know in the comment sections below. I mean, once you play games, you will know about Call of Duty. Call of Duty is the biggest multiplayer game to date. It sells millions, tens of millions every year for Activision Blizzard. No wonder why Sony would have made a number of deals for a number of years to keep Call of Duty exclusive, getting exclusive content, maybe having the marketing rights. All of this Sony would have done to make sure that the casuals come on their platform. Now, since Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard, all of that is going to come to an end. But in the meantime, the existing deals is running. And one of the existing deal has been leaked, or they would have put it out. And it's a very good deal for those persons who are into Call of Duty. Because if you pay $500 for a PlayStation 5, you'll be able to get a copy of Call of Duty for free. Now that's an amazing deal. Now Sony fans are saying this is a big win. They are going to own the holiday. However, they don't know, even when Microsoft loses, they win. Because Call of Duty is now one of Microsoft's first party content. So if PlayStation does well when it comes to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 on the PlayStation 5, that's a huge win for Microsoft. And a matter of fact, Satya Nadella done already alluded to that already in his earnings call. Notice what he said. Satya Nadella, and we are looking forward to one of our strongest first-party holiday lineup ever, including new game titles like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, and Forza Motorsport. Yes, COD is a first-party content for Xbox and Microsoft, and that's crazy. But do you remember when this pony was encouraging his fellow ponies not to buy Call of Duty?
Microsoft, during the next NPD, talks about the highest selling game. They can celebrate Call of Duty because it is now their game. But most of the sales will have came from PlayStation. So it will be the PlayStation gaming community that give Xbox a W. That's the type of that's going on right now. If PlayStation fans do not stop buying Call of Duty, obviously this is a big major W for Microsoft. The highest selling game will be celebrated by Microsoft. And guess who would have gotten them there? The PlayStation gaming community. I have to say this 3 times because I don't think any of you guys understand.
This guy is so salty about Microsoft purchasing Activision Blizzard that he is trying to convince his audience, don't buy Call of Duty. Don't buy anything with Call of Duty in it because Microsoft will get a win. I told you guys you can't even make this up even if you try. So this is it. Sony has a big deal with Call of Duty. They are going to sell gangbusters, and guess what? When Sony wins, Xbox wins, because Call of Duty is a first-party game by Microsoft. How does that make you feel? Let me know in the comment sections below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Later.